Chapter 1. Chapter 2, Pranxis. You stand soaking and freezing alone at the steamboat wharf at night. You just checked Uber, and no drivers are currently available, which you could have guessed might be the case at this hour during a pandemic. Maybe you didn't fully think this plan through. No, you shouldn't second guess what you just did because of some momentary sogginess. You review the facts. A nasty cop fired a bullet at an unarmed drunk girl who just crashed into a tree. The bullet missed, but traveled directly through her painstakingly written manifesto, which really might as well have been like taking a bullet straight through the heart. What sort of author would you be if you didn't feel this way? So you did what had to be done. You checked the dead cop for a body camera, but he didn't appear to be wearing one. You're not sure if the sleepy NPD even used those. Oh, you thought they were sleepy at least. You guess all police forces in quiet summer colonies seem sleepy until the bullets start flying towards drunk birds armed to the teeth with manifestos. But the squad car surely had a dashboard camera, so you had to do something. What were you going to do? Shoot out the gas tank and blow up the car? That probably only works in movies. And the water is right there. You're completely surrounded by the stuff, actually. Now, the only evidence linking you to your scene is your wrecked car registered to your name in the immediate vicinity of a dead cop without a squad car. Okay, that sounds pretty incriminating when you put it that way. You'll have to think about how to handle that. But more importantly, you really need to get out of here. You check Uber one more time. Now it says there's a ride available 6 minutes away. That's a relief. It'll give you some time to improvise an alibi. You dial 911 and think about what you're going to say before hitting the dial button. Dispatcher picks up and asks about your emergency. You try to sound calm, but it's because it's not a real emergency. Not when it comes to the role you're playing right now, anyways. You're still cozy and warm in your apartment. You just don't know where your car is. Hey, I don't know if this is a real emergency. I just didn't know where else to call. I'm pretty sure my car was stolen today. The dispatcher goes through the motions, asking you for your name and other relevant information. No reason to hold anything back. You want them to know who you are, so they can rule you out when they find the body in the wreck. You then continue weaving your improvised story. Yeah, so I think it might have been my abusive ex-boyfriend. He's been snooping around a lot lately, and he has a spare set of keys. The fucker never gave them back to me. Dispatcher asks about him. Damn, you didn't think about this. Horror. You continue spinning. His name. Sorry, I don't know if... I'm pretty scared of him. I'm not sure I want him to be on recording ranting that. Don't you have, like, some witness protection shit I can do? Disclaimer explains that isn't really how that works, but they can send an officer over in the morning so you can file a police report. Oh, well, I don't think, you really need to end this car before the wheels completely fall off this attempted alibi. Hey, can I text photos to you to 911 or the police? How do I do that? The dispatcher provides you with a number to text and you hang up. Your mind races for the white play. You panic and send the most recent photo which comes to mind. That was probably not the best idea. Maybe you should have just hung up after saying you were scared to give his name, but you just had to go further with the bullshit. Witness protection program? What the hell was that? Okay, well, it's done. It's a small wrinkle in your alibi, but you think you've easily done enough to leave the police feeling confused about what happened tonight. Your Uber's here, not a moment too soon. You're freezing and exhausted. Somehow, role-playing on the phone with a first responder has more psychologically draining than exchanging gunfire with one. Oh, I can't believe you actually came. I've been watching my phone all night waiting for you to tell me you can't make it after all. Get in here, there's plenty to eat, I mean. Z, are you okay? Why are you so red? You look so... Oh, yeah, I fell in a puddle on the way over. Well, you were right, I was too drunk to drive, so I just took an Uber. It's hard to find a ride this time of night. Oh, yeah, I bet. So you fell in a puddle and got soaked head to toe? It was a big fucking puddle. Jesus. Why don't you go clean up? You can grab anything from my room to change into. Something dry. Yeah, dry sounds good. Okay, I'll be right here. I'll heat you up some dinner when you get back. Oh god, you poor thing. You're having a rough day, aren't you? Don't worry. You made the right call coming over, and I'll take care of you. Thanks, Mom. You can't bring yourself to tell her yet. Tonight was too much. You just need an evening to unwind without making Abby freak out about your cop murder. You're sure you'll get around to telling her later if you can think of the right way to break it to her. She's been too good a friend to saddle her with the disastrous karma you can't seem to avoid stockpiling. Or perhaps you aren't stockpiling karma so much as dharma, or maybe it's just some chaotic juxtaposition of the two concepts. Maybe you've been key-mashing your way through life, and only now is your soul reaping the auto-corrected consequences of this haphazard process. Gotta ditch this. You stash it in one of the bottom drawers underneath some junk. She'll probably never look in here. You guess you could have cost a gun, too. Send it to a watery grave along with the sod car. But now you're technically a fugitive. You trust future even less than you did at the start of the day. There's no guarantee you won't need this again later. You didn't ask for this shit. Yeah, you guess you shouldn't have been driving drunk, but why should that suddenly mean that you're dodging bullets from one of the MPD's finest? Whatever, the pig's dead. But you know the matter isn't done with you by a long shot. It'll keep haunting you unless you start fighting back. This was the gift that departed officer gave you tonight. An albatross that'll hang around your neck for the rest of your life. But you just suddenly decide to not see it that way. The true gift he gave you was resolved. You're so pissed about it. Now you might know you're on the right track. Your ambivalence about rebooting your brown is completely gone now. In its same place is the rage and disgust which led you to write your manifesto in the first place. Rage and disgust for injustice, the systematic evils of this nation, for the weak and connivance that which quell with the righteous outrage of its citizens. And now, several years after its completion, there's even more to be mad about. Persecution from the miserable wretches online who canceled you, the ensuing mental breakdown which caused your life to spiral until you ended on this island. And now, on top of that all, almost certain shitstorm brewing from the law enforcement as soon as they piece together what happened tonight. Well, they can do their worst. All the dirtbags out there can have at you soon enough because you won't be hiding for much longer. Your brand is about to get a very serious facelift. And once you step into the spotlight again, from now on, people are going to find it a lot harder to ignore what you have to say. You and Abby have a lot of work to do tomorrow. Your name is Abby. It's pronounced exactly as it's spelled, so that made life pretty easy for you. Another thing that made life easy is the fact that your parents are rich. Rich doesn't really do it justice, though. Most people who are vacation on this island for the summer are rich relative to the average American citizen. Your parents are billionaires. And not the kind that barely qualify. 1 billion has 10 digits. But they didn't seem content to stop at 10, and society's more than happy to oblige. They own the house you live in, which represents a minuscule rounding error in the grand scheme of their total net worth. Easy to forget about most of the year, and they probably would if you didn't live here year-round. Growing up, you formed memories of this place strictly as your summer home. But after college, you decided to move in here, permanently. Mostly because it keeps them out of your hair. It's not the most convenient place to visit, so they never really bother until the summer rolls around. And this year, it's looking more and more like the summer, as you once understood it, never will. It's roughly 9 a.m. and you've just woken up. Later than yesterday, but that's okay. You were up late last night tending to your beleaguered friend, and even popular influencers need to slip in sometimes. Your bedroom is tidy and you always know if it isn't. You make sure to keep it. that way to reflect well on your brain whenever this room is used as a backdrop for your content. Ordinarily, you'd reach for your smartphone first thing in the morning after an extensive routine of cooking breakfast, exercising, and feeding your beautiful horse. But right after all of that, you go for your phone to check out the action surrounding your exceedingly well-trafficked accounts. But for whatever reason, today feels a little different. Instead, you decide to take in the environment. As a thoughtful influencer, you really can't spend too much time tweaking the appearance of the lifestyle you send to the adoring public. Nothing is left to chance. Your posters are carefully chosen and arranged to broadcast the preferred aesthetic to your crowd, and as that aesthetic turns out to be a simple composite of your interests, which judging from this wall appears to be BTS horses, and well, that's about it. Your mind is a train that trucks along precisely 2 narrow rails. You'd be almost embarrassed about the single-mindedness of your enjoyments, but what can you say? You like what you like, and you make no excuses. Your fans are nothing if not supportive of these twin obsessions. You get a little closer to hanging graphic depicting your 2 favorite boys. It's hard to resist basking in their glow every now and then. BTS is an extremely popular K-pop group, and you are a vocal member of ARMY, which is what the fandom calls itself. You estimate you spend your majority of your waking hours contemplating these 7 extraordinary, beautiful boys. Your bio says you're bisexual, but you often like to joke in your posts that you like women, as well as exactly 7 men, and that's it. You also are an avid Jikook truther, which is to say you strongly believe in Jimin and Jungkook, and secretly in love with each other. But you don't consider this a theory, or even a particularly well-kept secret. The evidence is overwhelming, and those who refuse to concede the stone-cold facts are blind, delusional charlatans. You even written this manifesto on the subject, which, as you told Z before, is something only crazy people do. But you are the one exception to that rule. Since it comes to this subject, you aren't crazy at all. Your eyes are wide open. Your wide-open eyes wander to another picture featuring a number of majestic stallions. What is there to say on the matter? You just plain fucking love horses. Enough said. Yeah, you think so. Horses kick ass. The end. You meander towards your desk. Mostly cosmetics, hair supplies lived here, plus some other silly stuff to keep things fun whenever you stream content from this station. Little conversation pieces, things for your fans to notice and comment on. Nothing from any fandom you're particularly interested in, per se, but you are mindful of the interests of your followers, and you like to throw them little bones here and there. But when you're not streaming or doing yourself up for shoots, this is the main reason you find yourself at your desk. You primarily use this laptop to write your fics. Lately, it's all dedicated to RPF stories dedicated to exploring this alternate universe lives of your 7 favorite boys. Many of these fics get pretty racy. None of your fans have the slightest idea this is one of your hobbies. You keep a pretty tight lid on the habit since it's frowned upon in many of the fandom circles, to say the least. Okay, the truth is you think you'd get crucified if it got out, but you're not much like Z, and don't throw caution to the wind as she has in the past. Your brand is a tight ship. Well, except when it comes to fruitfully sharing your sexual exploits with followers. In that sense, it's quite a loose ship, but when it comes to writing fiction, that's a whole different can of worms, and Ted will understandably roll if the wrong types of online stories were to be associated with your name. That's your horse. His name is David Hasselhoff. Your parents got him from you as a high school graduation present when he was just a wobbly-legged little colt. That makes him almost 10 years old now. When you graduated from Harvard, the first thing you did was make plans to transport David to the island where you could reunite with him and tend to him on your own in the summer home. He is by far your favorite family member, the essence of quiet strength and loyalty. As for his silly name, it came with the horse. You would have never heard of David Hasselhoff before you got him. You assume it's a pop cultural reference that boomers would get worked up about. But the way you saw it, who are you to fault their pop references? God knows you're prone to indulging in the references held dear by you and your peers, so you can't possibly regard your eldest with a simple same joy. Besides, you thought the name was so cute. Your phone is buzzing. Who could this be? Oh, it's he starting a video chat. Not of the ordinary, but quite ridiculous in the context, considering he slept in your house last night. What up? Hey, you're awake. Kinda. why don't you come downstairs? I'll make you something. Check out this bitch who can't even stop feeding me. What did I even deserve to deserve this bread and breakfast shit? You realize I suck, right? You've been living a very unhealthy lifestyle. I just want to help you recuperate before you sink back into your den of despair. I don't know if I'll be going back anytime soon. Your parents' huge bed is super comfy. I must say I enjoyed rolling around on its extravagant expanse, getting my stank all over it. I feel like I'm marking my territory. Glad you're amusing yourself in here. I pissed in it, actually, to really get the job done. No, you didn't. Sure I did. Please tell me you didn't actually pee in my parents' bed. Well, no, not yet at least. I do kinda have to pee bad, though. Oh my fucking god, will you get the fuck out of there? Come on, we're in the same house, this is dumb. Let's hang out, tell me about all your big plans. Yeah, that shit. I almost forgot why I almost made the harrowing journey to your manor. Yes, I know you risked your life and limb to get here and fell in a huge puddle. I'm hanging out now. Come downstairs. Whose dick do you have to suck to get a mimosa around here? Mine. Well, if I must, but if that's how it gotta be, then your bread and breakfast is about to get a rope of you for the ages. See, why don't you hold off the booze a while? It isn't even 10 a.m. yet. Here, I will fix you some orange juice. Well, what the fuck? I thought this was brunch. That's how you do brunch, right? Yesterday you were drunk, so drunk you were barfing in your macaroni and falling into puddles. Oh, yeah. Just slow down. My parents have a wine cellar which you can feel free to raid tonight. Wow, nice. The Yelp review just got a lot better. Good enough to bury the tawny, dick-suckling lady, at least. Lol. So, speaking of last night and falling into puddles, what about it? Well, you were completely soaked last night. But I noticed your manuscript was dry. Yeah, okay. So I lost my balance, and I couldn't tell if I was heading for that puddle. The huge puddle. Yeah, and I didn't want my thing to get wet, cause, like, printing another one would just be a fucking pain. So as I was falling, I used my quarterback arm to, like, launched it to safety and splash, down I go. Why is there a hole in it? That's a hell of a story. It looks like a bullet hole. Yeah, it is. I shot my own fucking manifesto. Huh, you mean last night? No. This was like years ago, from when I finished the thing. Remember my whole mental breakdown? Oh, damn. I mean, yes, you've told me about the story, but I guess not all of it. The day I finished that thing coincided almost exactly with when all that was going down. Like when my dad died and I dropped out of school and then completely fell apart and said all that crazy shit online. I also finished my manifesto and I guess, shot it. Due to going nuts. Jesus. Well, you're the only one who tells me only crazy people write manifestos. Is it really surprising that I pop a cap in my own magnum opus? I guess not. I have to admit, I'm feeling kind of crazy maintaining my own manifesto. But I don't think I would ever just shoot it. That just means you can't be all that passionate about it. Oh, excuse me, but that is bullshit. I mean every word of it with all my heart. You should read it. I'm not reading your sordid K-pop manifesto. Right not. I'm trying to understand your stuff and help you with it. Because you don't need to sell me on anything. If you said that your boys Jim and Cook are fucking each other, then I believe you. But there's so much to it. Yeah, and I believe it. Just let those boys be in love, you know? Good for them. I don't need to prove it for painstaking academic rigors. Okay, fair enough. Meanwhile, unlike you, I am intellectually curious enough to delve into another woman's delirious manifesto. Oh, you read it? A few pages, that is, what little I could read around the gaping bullet hole. So what do you think? It's unsurprisingly quite intense. I'd expect nothing else. It's also very, clown heavy? Yeah, it's all about clowns. Wasn't this just inspired by your Juggalo phase? I don't know about that. There's a lot of inspirational forces that went into this. mostly all the shit that came to me in increasingly psychotic dreams in the run-up to my mental breakdown. That's pretty hardcore, and now you want to turn whatever this is into your new brand. Yep, I'm fully committed to it now, on a fucking mission. Oh, cool. I remember you talking about it before, but it was just noise in the vague context of some crazy thing you wrote, not something you actually wanted to do something with. So if I'm gonna help you out, maybe you can explain it to me a little more? Mostly it's just a bunch of revolutionary rhetoric about how America sucks and capitalism sucks and should be destroyed. Naturally. But the socialist rhetoric is repackaged to be like super clowny. Well, who doesn't love a nice clown? Fucking nobody. So that's it? On lots of radical left-wing philosophy plus like, everybody gets to be a clown? Basically, but there's a lot more to it. There's also tons of lore. Lore? Yeah, that's what my feverish dreams provided mostly. It's so much shit. I talk about where these ideas came from. The Jubilites originated from the planet Whimsifae. Well, planet? So the Jubilites are alien clowns. Well, they were. Their civilization died millions of years ago, and their founder has been communicating to me through dreams. Not literally, I mean. I know they're just dreams. But that's what the lore says. Whimsifae. Whimsifae. That's how it's pronounced, but it's spelled W-I-N-C-I-P-H-A-E. Whimsifae. Well, cool. I didn't know it was this deep. I just thought it was a whole creative writing project and not just a crazy manifesto. Oh no, it's still crazy as fuck, but yeah, it runs very deep. I think with my new brand, I'll just release the whole thing sequentially, like in little bits, a few pages at a time. Okay, so where do we start? Well, obviously the first thing is I'm gonna need a new clown sona. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, clowns are fun as shit. That's the whole point of them. That's how I envision rebooting my brand. I just start the fuck over. Then I come out with my clown sona and I'm like, hey, this is me now. I'm a fucking clown. And I do a bunch of photo shoots and that's my starting content. And once I establish myself that way, I start rolling out the serialized manifesto content. Like start pitching that people and see if I can drag more enthusiastic new clowns into my tent. That sounds great. I can help you come up with a clown sona. Maybe later I can make one too. Oh, I'd expect nothing less. You'd make such a lovely little Jubilite. Wow, Bradley will get you everywhere. Get better, bitch. Well, how about after breakfast we head up to my vanity mirror? We can give you a whole glow-up. A clown-up. Hell yeah. This needs to be better than my old Juggalo clown sona. What did that look like? Did you have any photos? Probably, but it just looked like some edgy teen piss. You don't need to see that shit. It will contaminate our results. Didn't you also cosplay a long time ago? You shouldn't be an old hand at this. Maybe you don't even need my help. Yes, I did when I was a kid, but you don't nearly have the amount of gray makeup it would take to duplicate those results. Huh? Never mind. We won't be speaking of that. I just want to make some cool clown shit happen here. I think I want to do something with Z's. Z's? Like my name? Oh, yeah. Here, let me try something. Oh, that's actually fucking sick. Do you like it? Yes, I do. As for a ridiculous bimbo, you can be a genius sometimes. I mean, I did graduate from Harvard, you know? Yeah, by all the professors, right? Well, yes, but isn't that what a genius would do? Yeah, rest my case. Yeah, let me make this look some more. Ah, look at you. This is so cute. It's not supposed to be cute, though. It's supposed to be badass. Well, it is that, too. But it's mostly cute. Because I know who's underneath. Oh, God. What? I don't know, maybe my clown sona's working too well. You're already hitting on me. No, but I always do that. I know, but now that I've added clown animals to the equation, could be dangerous. Perhaps. So is that it? You think you're done? With the face, yeah. But obviously I need some new ensembles. Your clothes are going to cut it. None of your clothes are going to cut it because you're an absurd giant. And I don't want to go back to my place anytime soon. Well, I just don't. We could always go shopping this week. More places are open for business than you would think. Yeah. What about a name? What? Doesn't your clown summon need a clowny name? No, I think I'll just keep my name. Since it's already a name I gave myself to replace my Karen-given name. I'll rebrand and all, but I won't keep name-hopping like a fool. I guess that makes sense. Some old haters will link my new brand with my controversial past, but I don't really even care at this point. They can take their best shot, but I'm not running anymore. Am I allowed to make a clowny name when I make a clown persona? Of course. It's strongly encouraged for all those who want to choose to clown up. Oh, I know what I'll go with. My old screen name when I was a kid. Appleby. Oh, I see. Well, now who's the one being fucking cute? I guess it was me when I was 10 years old and playing Neopets, but it's also still you and your cute clown makeup. You're right, it's a shame to waste all this clownish cuteness on my gay mother who would think I was cute even if I took a shit right on her bedroom floor. Wow. So why don't we take this new brand for a spin and see what the people think? But you don't have your new feats yet. Whatever, I'll just take a headshot selfie. You want in on this? Oh, okay. You clear out your Instagram account, deleting the photos from your stale brand and pronouncing the inaugural Stasi, showing off your new clown persona. Abby cross-posts the same photo to her account and tags you in it. No going back now. The new brand has officially launched. The day slips by as you monitor the comments and feedback on your humble starter post. The reception to your clown persona is almost universally positive. You can't tell if it's real praise or if Abby's followers are just being really polite to her friend is obviously a charity case, and just got a nice pity shout-out. It doesn't matter though, because at the end of the day, clout is clout, and you have to start somewhere. You already have over 10,000 new followers, which seems like an absurdly high number to you. So you consider you're just siphoning off of some of Abby's following of 3 million. It's just a tiny drop in the bucket. Still, it's a strong start for only having posted a single clown selfie, and now it's up to you and your showsmanship to build on it. Still clowned up, huh? Yeah, I'm living in the pain for a while, trying to get into character. There's a character? I thought your clown persona was just you. Well, it is. The Jubilite Manifesto says your clown persona is an expression of your truest self, like a final form. Sounds like some anime shit. It is totally some anime shit. Well, it seems like people are enjoying your clown persona. I think they're just being polite for now. It's all a bit patronizing. You followers just like whatever you do, so of course they're gonna be nice to your weird clown friend. Well, we'll see how they really feel once I start rolling out my actual content. I'm really curious to see where it goes. I'll just keep giving you shoutouts until we can get your brand to take flight. I can believe what a chicken shit I was being about following you. This could be so fun. The losers who have a problem with me supporting you aren't even worth any consideration anyways. Yeah, basically. And besides, nobody can even say anything yet. Maybe because nobody's connecting me with my previous problematic identity yet? I suppose that's one advantage of clowning up. You keep the old haters guessing. The haters will probably catch on soon enough, and then we'll see what actual consequences that will have. I just don't give a fuck anymore. I hope they show themselves. Makes it easier for me to keep an eye on them. Yeah, whatever. Life's too short to worry about how the opinions of shitty people will affect on your reputation. We're just having some fun here. Speaking of which, looks like you found the wine cellar. Oh, yeah. I highly recommend the 2016 Domaine Georges Romain Musenji. Excellent vintage. Well, if you say so, I don't actually know anything about wine. Neither do I. I just looked around the cellar and checked prices online, and this was the most expensive shit I could find. It goes for $17,000 a bottle. Really? The internet says so, yeah. I had no idea my parents had just pricey stuff down there. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Don't they also have a bunch of fucking Bentleys in their garage? There's one Bentley and a few other cars, but yeah, I mean, they spend money on a lot of stupid things. Maybe we should have saved this super expensive wine for a special occasion. Which, this is a special occasion. Just a couple of friends hanging out for the first time in forever, clowning up and making plans to cause problems on purpose. You're right. If this doesn't count a $17,000 night, then I don't know what does. Cheers! Let this mark the beginning of a long and fruitful endeavor to exploit the living shit out of their parents and their ill-obscene hoard of ill-gotten wealth. I'll certainly drink to that. What else did you have in mind? Give me some time to build the brand first, then I'll let you know what's up. It's all related, you'll see. This suspense is killing me. I hope you're prepared to bring this level of showmanship to your brand and not waste it all on me. You don't need to worry about that. You just complete supplying me with fresh new Sims, and I'll play the role of Ringmaster. Who's calling? Oh, nobody. Oop. It's just some fucking spam. After 7 days and nights of being supplied with a steady diet of fresh new Sims due to Abby's enthusiastic hype, combined with your newfound flair for social media ringmastering, your Instagram following has ballooned to a figure you can barely comprehend, just over 500,000 new subscribers. The total was unfathomable to you at one point, but you have to keep reminding yourself this is a modest fraction of Abby's total fan count. They count as your fans now too, only by the promotion she has generously provided. The true test comes when you will soon flex your vision in front of a sizable starting crowd. You've begun releasing the introductory portions of your manifesto, which have been met with a largely positive reception, and somewhat confused as well. While your new fans appear to be humoring your dogmatic content, they mainly seem here to be for the novelty of your clowny ego stuff. You're rolling in more Sims than you know what to do with now. An almost limitless repertoire of thirsty boys would appear to be at your disposal for just about anything. Of course, they're mostly the same ego Sims who've been hounding Abby for years, which seems to be more than willing to migrate to a greener, clownier pasture. And of course, as expected, a few old aunties have begun to surface as well, and they brought receipts. You know they would. You simply delete some of the comments containing links to your previous problematic behavior, block, and move on. Their negativity is overwhelmingly drowned out by other, more positive comments regardless. This is a relief to see, and it helps you rise above the hate. But you don't rise above it before you take note of every single hater and every single auntie who smears you in your comment sections and elsewhere. You make sure to maintain a thorough list of every nasty piece of shit before block, move on, and inevitably rise above the noise. They are nothing to you now, except motivation. Motivation to prove them wrong and make them deeply sorry if it ever even occurred to them that post unkind words about such a cute and creative clown girl with a sensational new brand. Your sharp rise on the coattails of your famous friend has all been good fun to monitor, but the fact is you've barely even begun revealing the good shit, and before you share that stuff with your new fandom, you'll need to make Abby as up to speed on the next phase of the campaign. Abby, we need to talk about Pranxis. Well, what? Pranxis. It's the first critical piece of Jubilite doctrine I'll be unveiling soon. But you need to know about it first, and much more importantly, you need to practice. I do? Why? Because pretty soon this movement is going to need money, and I mean an absolute fuck ton of it. As generous as you've been with your credit card, helping me buy new clothes and shit, that level of financing isn't really going to cut it. of my credit cards has $1 million limit. Wow, $1 million? That's cute. Cute. See, you drive a fucking Kia, and yet I am one with an exceptionally refined palate for expensive wine. And I also know $1 million is a bullshit chicken feed number. You need to start thinking bigger. Maybe you should try to relax. Your account is off to such a good start. Between the two of our accounts, we could pull up some really good revenue streams. If you start stressing about how it's all chicken feed money or whatever, you won't have any fun. Wasn't the point of all this to have fun? And you still don't understand. Pranxis is the very essence of having fun. And the more money you make, the more it multiplies the fun you're having. Okay, I'm sure that's true and all, but that's always been one of the points I've tried to make with my parents. I've always been doing some serious numbers. I know I've half-assed my business degree, but I've actually been able to translate my following into a pretty profitable situation while having a good time doing it, so my parents can both eat shit about my bad career choices. Yeah, on the topic of your parents, that's what this is about. I thought this was supposed to be Pranxis. It's also about Pranxis. Well, then what the fuck is Pranxis? Pranxis is fucking everything. It's a missional critical prank in the Jubilite platform. A central pillar, actually. Most of what my manifesto thinking clownery revolves around. It also happens to be the key to how I start bankrolling the fuck out of this jam. Alright, genius, so what is it? Well, you know what a prank is, yeah? So, do you know what Pranxis is? No. Well, okay, forget all that. It actually doesn't matter for the time being. Let me talk about your parents. If you help me out with this, then that'll be your first real-life lesson in Pranxis. When's the last time you talked to them? A couple days ago, actually. They rarely call, but they do keep an eye on my accounts. And I guess I've noticed I've been doing something different lately now. They sure do hate your crazy socialist diatribes. But also I have them believing that this is all an act on the lips or whatever. Like, good for ratings and all. But down the road we're just gonna fuck with people about it or turn it into a racket or something. It's just easier to deal with them if I tell them things like that. They think it's a good idea in theory, but wow, you sure do rile them up. This is all incredibly good, actually. I mean, you don't even know it, but you're quite naturally gifted with the art of Pranxis already. Oh yeah? Yeah, this is the perfect table setter. The prepping the marks and all. So I don't even think I'll have much explaining to do here. I just need you to call them again soon. I already typed a bunch of notes for you to hit in your conversation. Okay. By now you've become considerably more familiar with the finances of Abby's family. Over the past year, you've pieced together a complete picture through questioning Abby and a few other methods of research. Their political activity was one of the easiest stuff to find. Over the last 4 years, they've been steadily making huge donations to the Trump campaign. But more recently, it looks like they've switched to becoming Kevin Biden donors. You're not sure it's for any ideological reason, but likely due to the entire Trump parade looking more like a sinking ship all the time, especially in light of the pandemic response and its economic fallout. You can tell this move must have been a bitter pill for her slaughtered dad to swallow. And while he is kind of a dumbass, he's not so stupid as to let a perfectly hollow, easily corruptible president waltz into office without taking a whole bunch of his money first. The truth is, in the man's heart of hearts, you doubt he really gives a shit which senile rapist gets to run the show as long as he gets to take photos of him at 500 per plate fundraising diners. And if you take a closer look at the companies which they own a lot of share in, it becomes pretty obvious that this economic disruption has hit them pretty hard. Wild swings in their total net worth to the tune of billions. Their money people must have been moving assets like crazy to protect what's left. It's hard to pin down their total net worth given the complexity of their holdings, but your recent estimations have it somewhere between $20 billion and $30 billion. But probably not for long, depending on the economy of course, as long as what you and Abby can manage to put motion into with your revolutionary new philosophy known as Pranxis. So I just had a pretty long talk with them. They were really surprised I called, but happy to hear from me. I never call out of the blues like that. That's good. What happened? I just went through everything you listed for me. But naturally, which means I had to talk for a long time, just bullshitting away with small talk, so it didn't seem sufficient. That's right. See, I told you. You barely need any coaching at all. Come on, Z. Why are you so surprised I'm good at working my parents? I've been bamboozling these people my whole life. Yeah, I bet. Go on. I finally got around to bringing up the Bitcoin stuff again. Actually, it was really smooth because I already brought it up. What? Like a year ago? Remember that? Yeah, because I told you. I know. Have you really been planning this for that long? At the time, I thought you were just having me do that as a goof. It was a goof, but it also served the double purpose of laying groundwork in case we ever wanted to finally make all this stuff happen. That's how you have to do it. Think long-term and just make the most of future opportunities as they present themselves. Or create those opportunities like we're doing now. Yeah, so I started babbling about Bitcoin shit again per your notes. But I still feel like I don't know what I'm talking about when I get into it. I know you don't. It's good to sound a little confused about it. Because you are. You're not supposed to be an expert. This is just stuff you've been reading up about a little, and all you're doing is priming me. Right, so are you really going to hack all of my parents' money? Like, wasn't that just more of your outrageous bullshit all the time? Abby, this is what hacking is. It's like 90% social engineering. You need to be patient, plant all the seeds along the way, set up points of psychological leverage, and when the time is right, you have like a little bit of low-end programming ready to go. This is all a lot easier than it sounds. It is? Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of stuff already. Well, I bet you have. Over the last week, I've been micro-targeting your parents on Facebook with ads for Bitcoin shit. Oh my god. And for the service I want them to be using, of course, it's a real service. Deals in higher volume crypto transactions. The point is to get them to do real shit first, and it gets a bit tricky with it later. Okay. I've also been emailing them shit that looks legit enough. Kinda like bombarding them with it. Offhand testimony from trusted friends, other rich people. Spooked about the economy, and now you're one of the human levers too. When the time comes, you're the one who pushes them to make the final move. Who are the trusted people? I mean, they're fake. It's all just me. I started a few fake chain emails, the ones who I love to reply to and forward around. It's like cats, they can't fucking help themselves. Put a ton of trap email addresses in for the recipient field, including a bunch from people I know they're acquaintances with. Nobody too close, but names of other rich people they'd recognize and listen to if they saw them babbling about crypto as a way to protect their billions in a dumb email chain. Wow. I actually did this on a whim, being skeptical of returns, but it's been working phenomenally. I got your mom to reply to one of these chains a few times credulously. I worked her to a little bit with one of the sock puppets, some other rich dude she's met. It's so easy to get these names. The Republican donor lists are like a gold mine. Wait, you've been talking to my mom? Sure, why not? That isn't even the good part. After I got her interested enough in the subject, I kinda had this dude kinda pull her aside. I deleted all the names from the chain and just worked her one-on-one. Got pretty flirty. Turns out your mom's a real saucy bitch. What? The bottom line is she's sort of having an affair now. Lol abs, your mom's getting a lot more side action from me than you could ever manage. Oh my god! Please don't be jealous, it's just some undercover spy work, like some James Bond shit. This breathtakingly horny Karen means nothing to me, I promise. I'm losing my mind. Well, if I knew you'd be this hot and bothered by it, I would have just blind copied you on all the emails. I mean, I still could. Z, you! I don't even! You're unbelievable! How do you even come up with this shit like this? Cool your jets, Abby. I already said what's going on. It's a bit of play for Pranxis, that's all. Not even that far along in the process, really. It's only phase 1. Phase 1? Yeah, I'm just setting them up. At the right moment, you and a trusted and beloved daughter, who is famous and influential, will knock them down. Okay, I believe you. But how do I do that? Fine, I'll just walk you through the play. The thing right now to do is wait for the right opportunity. Everybody is already spooked about the economy, so we pick our spot, and when we do, we exploit their fears over more huge stock market losses to swoop in with the Bitcoin shit. And I work my angles too, like your mom. My email chain Romeo says he's just shifted most of his assets to crypto to ride this out, whereas you're coming at it like a Harris. Just say you're trying to do your part to help protect the family fortune. You push the same button exchange site I've been pushing with my micro-targeting. So, I get them to buy tons of bitcoins, and then you hack the coins. Well, no, there's no hacking involved, just stealing. The exchange service really exists. It's a real way to buy coins, and you put them all in a wallet. They're financial people agree this is a sound way to do it. It's solid and vetted. I don't expect them to do anything their money guys wouldn't sign off on. We just step in the middle of the process. The part where your dad stores the shit in the digital wallet. I designed a spoof wallet site that looks and functions exactly like the one on the real site he's buying on. Similar URL, even asks for a password first. Do you have this password? Oh, no, you don't see yet. These are all mind games. You enter any shit in the login fields and it works fine. But he'll enter his real name and password. At which point the games are over. Once I had that, I could do almost anything. It doesn't even need to stop there. He could even just go right ahead feeling confident it's a secure night because it just accepted his password. And then he stores the coin to run it directly into my fake-ass wallet. In which choice he just fucking handed me the coins right over to me. It's basic phishing shit. Usually people are more on guard for things like this, but not if it's trusted family members sending them links being like, oh, cool, you're almost there, Dad. Now just open the wallet. Here's a link to that. Yeah, I see. And once the coins are ours, that's it. Their money's gone. I resell them, move the money around a bit, stash it on offshore accounts. My guess is if we pull it off, it would be a long time before you even realize it was gone. And if that happens, I don't know, blame hackers or whatever. Well, hackers did take it. Exactly. So how much are we going for here? Like, all their money? Probably not. No way anyone's pushing through a 2 or 50 billion Bitcoin transaction, and their money people would shit bricks if it was proposed. But you heighten them up for it as much as possible. Whatever their guys can agree to in sound diversification policy. Oh, see, what are you even going to do with all this money? I have some ideas. Oh boy, well, I can't wait to find out what they are. Huh, who could that be? Chapter 2.